Let's move on to topic 2. Let's talk some movies. This is the point where Bret was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about this week. And then the radio came down to help me. So yeah, I was thinking about it. Obviously what to talk about, and I've been thinking about games lately. I know we're talking about movies. Hold on, you're like, wait, you just talked about a video game for almost a half hour. You chill out there. I've been thinking like, okay, I want to finish more of the games that I have. So I'm probably not going to play, or rather get any many new games this year. I'm going to try and be better on that. And I was like, trying to think of what games I was even looking forward to this year, and we've had a whole topic about it. I'm like, yeah, there's a few. And then I flipped it over to the other side, thinking, or hearing it on the radio, like, what about movies? What movies am I looking forward to this year? And to be honest, I don't know what's coming out. I know there's one, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's probably, well, it is the only MCU movie coming out this year, which I know we talked about Burnout a few episodes ago. I understand. This got me excited, so that's a good thing. So I was like, that's really the only movie I can think that's coming out. Then I'm like, yeah. So I wanted to look through the list of releases that are coming out this year, see what stuck out to me, see what's calling out to me, talk about them a little bit, and yeah, see if there's more out there than obviously I'm anticipating. So January, there wasn't a lot to offer. I don't think I saw any of these. No, well, I don't think. I definitely didn't see all of these. I think there was one towards the end of the month. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. It was at the beginning of February. That I was a little bit intrigued by. I saw a few ads for Argyle, which is, it's a spy action comedy film. I guess what the premise is, and I don't know if this is a remake or a redo, but it's an author, and apparently she's a fiction author, and apparently what she writes is actually going on, or like reflecting a spy that's going around doing these missions and whatever. And she's on this train, and she's like getting hunted down by people because she's telling this story, predicting it right, so they kind of want to get her to, I guess, be defensive or whatever, or not put all this out there. But I was kind of intrigued with that. Like I said, it seemed action oriented, obviously, but it seems like the person out of their element, and that kind of, well, it's a comedy as well, that comedy aspect of like, I don't belong here, what do I do? Just that panic, chicken with their head cut off type action for that person running around. So I might give that a try. I don't know if it's still in theaters, obviously being the beginning of February, but I might check that out once it comes out to streaming services or whatever. Let's see. Madam Web, we alluded to pre-podcast. I will be going to see this. Going to see it this week. We're going to be talking about next week's podcast, so if you're interested, you know, we'll be there. I'm intrigued because, well, Marvel stuff. Once again, I know we talked about Burnout. I don't know much about these characters. I know Madam Web was in the 90s animated Spider-Man cartoon. I know she was an old lady in this one, and she is obviously not an old lady in this one, with Dakota Johnson being her. I have no idea what her story is. I know Sony's doing these with, you know, Kraven. Obviously, Venom's been the more forefront. But they're doing this with the Spider-Man characters because they have the rights, and then they got the little deal with Disney, so they can't do mainline Spider-Man. So they're trying to, you know, make money where they can, try these characters out. And it's been, you know, mixed reviews. Morbius. I know Venom's a hit or miss on people. Some of it's good, some of it's not. So this one's interesting just to see if and how they fumble the ball. We're getting 4 Spider Ladies, Spider Women in this. You have Madam Web. You have one that has kind of like what Peter has in his Iron Spider. There's a black and white suit, which I know, I don't know. I think it's just a Spider Woman, but I don't know. I remember having an action figure of her, and I think there's one other. But I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going on here. I think they have Uncle Ben in here, which is a little weird. But yeah, it's more of a morbid curiosity, which I don't know if is the proper phrase. I've just been using it. It's kind of like, how bad is this going to be? So we'll see. I don't know. All right, and continuing to roll into February, I got nothing. So let's check out March. Dune Part 2 comes out on the 1st. Haven't seen Part 1. Don't know if I'm interested in it. I've heard a lot of people are, think highly of it and really enjoy it. I don't know, just wasn't anything on my radar of like, yeah, that looks really cool. You got Arthur the King, which is Mark Wahlberg's running some marathon with a stray dog. I think I saw that whole movie in the trailer that they have. All right. You got the new Ghostbusters, which shout out to Jeff Regg. I know he's really looking forward to kind of this reboot / sequel to Afterlife. I heard good things about Afterlife. I wanted to check it out. I still haven't checked it out. So this is another one, like, obviously because I haven't seen the other one, I'm like, yeah, on the interest for it. But I'm glad people are enjoying them. Obviously, that mix of the new cast and the old cast is a fun combination. But yeah, it's something I haven't delved into, so it's not like on my radar, I guess you could say. Rolling into April. What? There's a Woody Woodpecker movie? Oh, well, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Rebel Moon's getting Part 2, which is like Zack Snyder's Star Wars, from what I heard. Sorry about the ding there. There's one on here which I haven't seen yet, and I'm hoping I haven't seen yet. It's got John Cena in it. Oh, here it is. It's it. Nope. Sorry, this is the other movie I was looking forward to. My bad. The one I'm talking about with John Cena, he's like, he fills in for friends like lying to their partners. And they just, whenever they do, they lie. They go to like party and just have like a guy's weekend. And then something happens and they need an actual person to play this character. So they hire Cena, who's like a stripper, I think. And it just goes off the rails. I don't think I've seen it yet. All right, so let me backtrack before we get too far. So in May, this was one I was actually, the trailer in the theater won me over with this one. I can't tell you where I saw it. But The Fall Guy with, what's his name? Ryan Gosling. Ken. Who could forget? But the stuntman who goes looking after an actor and then just falls into, like a missing actor, falls into this big, big whole unraveling of underground like shadiness, and he has to deal with it and escape from it. It looked interesting. It's got that comedy that Ryan Gosling's kind of carrying over from his past works. So I'm enjoying that. I enjoy his portrayal of like that dumb idiot with a golden heart type thing. So interested in that. I think that's May 3rd. You got another Planet of the Apes. I enjoyed the reboot so far, but I feel like I've kind of fallen off. But I might check that one out. There's another Mad Max. Haven't gotten into any of those. There's a Garfield movie. Oh, yeah, with Chris Pratt. It looks adorable. I don't know if I'll go see it. All right, heading into June. Okay, if we're going to go into the cartoons or talk about the cartoons, Inside Out 2. This one looks funny. Inside Out 1, obviously very, very good, talking about the emotions in your head, and obviously going through, what was the girl's name? Riley? I think it's Riley. Her growing up, dealing with, emotions from moving from a new town and going into a new sports team, her dealing with all those issues, but seeing that through the emotions perspective and stuff in her head of her growing up, losing her childhood a little bit. It was a really good story. And with this one, it seems to progress. Obviously, she's still getting older, but introducing anxiety and other emotions in there, and how we could factor with that. So Pixar does a great job with their projects. So excited for that one in June. Quiet Place gets a prequel. Still haven't seen Quiet Place, so whoopsie. We're getting more sequels in July as we got Despicable Me 4. I can't believe that's still going. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad people are enjoying the Minions and stuff. Twisters, because we needed more tornadoes. And then we got Deadpool and Wolverine, as we talked about. at the beginning. Yeah, excited for this one. Excited to see Deadpool obviously in the MCU now with the whole Fox purchase. But obviously Deadpool brings a little bit different flair to his comic book movies, obviously being able to break the fourth wall, obviously being a little bit more a little bit more mature rated with obviously the violence and the language and things like that. So seeing him, and also Hugh Jackman return as Wolverine to be included in the MCU, seeing that initial trailer with the TVA introduction is very neat. I'm interested to see what the TVA has acquired. Deadpool 4. What the hell is his name? Why am I blanking on it? I don't recall. No, not Ryan Reynolds. That's the actor's name. Wade Wilson. Thanks. Seeing what they want him there for, because usually the TVA has only, to our knowledge, messed around with variants. So it's interesting. Obviously, superhero fans, the theories are going ape shit with the trailer of like, oh my god, he's in Avengers 2 Age of Ultron fight, he's in I forgot the other area, but like we got a Secret Wars comic on the ground, he's fighting something in front of the old Fox 20th Century logo. Apparently, there's rumors Daniel Radcliffe's gonna be Patch, like Wolverine's like doppelganger. I don't fucking know. There's a lot out there. Obviously, also cameos out the wazoo have been rumored for this project. I don't know if even a few of them will make an appearance, but I'm interested for the ride. I think it, like it said, it provides that different energy compared to other Marvel projects. So to now be in the canon of the main line, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how far they're going to take it. If, like, obviously he'll be in like a Secret Wars, granted the multiverse thing, like, I don't know how far this is going to go. If this is just going to be a one and done, like, hey, he was here, this is great. I'm just excited for the ride. And to see that teamwork of, Wade with the goofiness and Deadpool, and then Wolverine obviously being the more aggressive, just don't take shit type of hero. It's going to be a fun dynamic. Heading into August, is this movie even still a thing? Borderlands, obviously based off the video game franchise from Gearbox and 2K. I hope it's still happening. I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going on. We got Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black in there. I think this is a retelling of the first game. Maybe not point for point, obviously, but having those characters. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I just hope it's still coming out and it's still a thing, because we haven't gotten, at least I don't think we've heard a peep from it in a long time. Definitely don't have a trailer, so we'll see. But who knows? Kraven the Hunter might be another one of morbid curiosity to go see how this man got bit by a lion and now has powers. Also might have got delayed, I don't recall. Beetlejuice gets its sequel with Beetlejuice. I haven't seen the first one because it freaked me out as a kid, probably. Probably should watch that. Transformers gets another sequel. Didn't know about that one. Saw. Why is Saw get another sequel? Saw 11? Jesus Christ. Heading in October, Joker gets its sequel, with Lady Gaga being Harley Quinn. Joker was good. Twisted, but good. I'll definitely be going to see that one. See the, progression of that story. See more of that universe built upon. I don't think it's going to connect to the Batman, but cool to see it from a villain's perspective. Venom 3. Didn't know this was a thing. Comes out in November. Okie dokie. Yeah, I didn't. Man, I'm really out of the loop with some of these things. How did I not know that was a thing? What are they dealing with? They had Carnage. What? I don't know. He had his chance to cross over. They kind of backpedaled on that with the MCU stuff, so I think he's just staying in his lane. Moana 2. Don't know much about it because it just got announced. But maybe by the time it rolls around, we'll go into that. It's a Lord of the Rings movie? Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim? Upcoming animated fantasy film. Directed by Kenji Kamiyama from a screenplay by Phoebe Gittins and Artie, oh boy, is that Papa Giorgio? I am so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Based on a story told in the appendices of the novel Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Okay, yep. Another Karate Kid. This is December, by the way. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Still haven't watched the first two. I actually heard they were decent after they fixed Sonic and how he looked originally. So I probably should give this a try. We're getting Shadow, it looks like. Mufasa, the Lion King. I guess we're going to talk about Mufasa, not Simba. Interesting. And that's it. So there's a few out there. I'm going to try and scroll back and see if I can find that John Cena movie, because that one did look funny and I do want to give it a shout out. But yeah, so there's a few out there. Definitely a lot that I was not anticipating / expecting with in terms of sequels. So yeah, hopefully they can, find their audience and it's not just, the cash grab. Obviously, there's a lot more out there that I did not read that you guys should definitely check out. Obviously, horror films are not my forte, so those aren't really going to be talked about. But there do seem to be a lot more, or rather, there are a lot of other original stories that are being told here. It's not just all sequels. Just going off of names, these are the ones that called out to me. Okay, the Cena movie comes out in March. It's called Ricky Stenicki. Plot. Ricky Stenicki is the name of an imaginary character invented by 3 longtime friends as someone to blame for their misbehavior over the past 2 decades. When their partners become suspicious and demand to meet Stenicki, they decide to hire a washed-up actor to bring the character to life. It seems like just outrageous fun. It's got Zac Efron in it. Obviously, it's got Cena in it. I don't recognize these other actors. Jermaine Fowler, Andrew Santino, Lex Scott Davis, and William H. Macy. Okay, I know that name. But yeah, it just seems like a fun time. Oh no, is it not in theaters? It's coming to Prime. I hope it comes in theaters. I'm gonna be pissed. Looks like a goofy fun time. Just something, you can laugh out like a Horrible Bosses or something along those lines. So wacky, zany, entertaining. That's all you can ask for. But yeah, guys, it's been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma 9011. Thanks for hanging out today. Hope you guys enjoyed the Final Fantasy VII talk. Hope you guys enjoyed the movie talk. Let me know what kind of movies you're looking forward to in 2024. What's got your attention? We'll definitely be back to follow up on Final Fantasy VII once I do finish the games, talk about what's going on there, and maybe jump into Rebirth eventually. But I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today. If you guys ever want to catch it live, you can always go over to twitch.tv/Enigma9011. You can drop a follow over there. You'll get notified when we go live, so you join in on the fun and conversation. But if you can't catch live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services. The very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, wherever you're listening to or watching this, if you drop a follow, drop a sub. It may seem small, but it does help the channel grow. So if you take the time to do that, we would love and appreciate you for it. Appreciate everybody hanging out today for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.